Hey everybody, welcome back to the underground lair. Like I said, business is picking up. We have a Sire, what is it, V7 Marcus Miller jazz bass with active electronics and a big bow in the neck. So, you don't need to look at my ugly mug to go through all this. The big thing is it's in here because it has way too much relief. So we want 12th thou. And at 7th, we could put a ham sandwich in there. Boys and girls, that's like 30,000. So we got to tighten up the truss rod. And for that big of a swing, we're going to loosen off the string tension. And I also noticed that, well, he just restrung this. He's got like 3.5 wraps on and 4 wraps on all these strings. So the strings are coming off anyhow because I want to polish up these frets for him. And we're going to put the proper amounts of wraps on these strings. So we're going to give this a healthy tighten here. It's a 4 mil, by the way. I hope there's enough turn here. That's quite a bit of turn. Let's see what we did there. Okay, I'm just barely lifting the B string there. But like I said, it's going to keep moving. So we're generally where we want to go. So we can go ahead and start making our adjustments. One thing I don't like about these is they put these retainer bars on here. And that causes this string to go up and over and be too high at the first fret. I'm not sure how far those screws go down. If I can raise that up, like that's really pulling that string down there. You don't need that much of a break angle. So we're going to address that. The next thing I noticed is that these strings are all kind of cattywampus as far as how high they are to 17th fret. So let's take a look. Okay, that's 5/64. That one's 5/64. That one's way below 5/64. That one's 3/64. That one's below 3/64. Let's come back up. So these two strings are the right height. But the rest of them are too low, so they need to come up. I'm going to go ahead and take these strings off, polish these frets. Alright, so I took the covers off, and it is shielded. I did check it for continuity, and the shielding is good, so it's just a matter of single coil pickups, picking up RF interference, the 60 cycle hum of fluorescent lights, etc. And there's not much you could do other than putting in some noiseless pickups of some sort to counteract that. So I'm polishing frets. I don't have to use a lot of grit. I'm just using some 3200. I'll use some 3600, some 4000 and 6000 grit just to make them a bit more shiny. I just they just felt a little bit gritty. And I figure while it's here, just make it feel better, right? Just better. That's how I polish frets. Okay, boys and girls, so we're back here with our Sire bass, and you see how long this string is? I think this is I don't think this got cut out of the box, but it's, yeah, it's 4 posts past where it wants to live. And I'm going to cut it about 1, 2, not quite 3 past. Because I don't think you need that many reps. Down the hole it goes, and over. Actually, that's perfect. Yeah, that's going to give us just what we want. And it's not going to make that break angle crazy. Yeah, I like that. Alright, so that's what we're going to do for the next 4 strings. We're going to go 3 past, or not quite 3 past, where it wants to live. And we'll be back. Okay, boys and girls, we're all tuned up to pitch, and we did have to bring this string down a bit on the in the nut slot, as well as the E string. So we brought those down, and we're sitting at 20,000. I think that's as high as I want to go. And because this is so floppy, I like to go with 6/64 on the 5 strings, and then gradually take it down to 6/64 down to 5/64 in a very gradual way. So basically these 3 end up being at 5/64. This is in between, and this is at 6/64. So that's where we're at. Our relief is sitting very nice and pretty at that's the wrong feeler gauge. 12 thou. I'm expecting things to move overnight, so I'm actually not going to do the intonation tonight. We're going to come back and do that tomorrow. But I'm going to do string height. Pickup height. I was telling you that we did a string height. I'm at 6/64 here at the 17th fret, between 5 and 6/64, and then 5/64, 5/64, and 5/64. He hasn't gotten back to me as to whether he wants to be in drop A or in standard B standard tuning. That may change things. I don't know. But right now I'm leaving it the way it was tuned. It was roughly, very roughly, in drop A. So 1/8 and 3/32. 1/8 on the bass side, 3/32 on the treble side. And that pickup's got to go down, that pickup's got to go down. So let's make them pickups go down. They're way too close. A goodly amount of foam left in there. Still could go down. Almost. I think 1 turn there. One turn there. Too much. Let that go. Let that go. Perfect. And that's got to go down. The reason I'm picking this up to look at it, see, since there's two screws, you can adjust so that the pickup is level in relation to the string. And it's actually, the string is closer to this edge than that, so I put one more turn into this screw than this screw. So, oh, and I nailed it. Cool. The treble side is very close. Go about one turn there. Perfect. And I'm just going to go down on the front a little bit. That should nail that. Yep, good. Okay, so that's that for tonight. Got our Sire, what is this? Marcus Miller V7 back up to tune. And I noticed that the neck had slipped to a little bit of back bow, or no, under bow. It was not quite 12 thousandths at the 7th fret, so I had to tighten the truss rod just a little bit, and now we're sitting at 12 thousandths. Holding it to 17th with a capo at the 1st. And so we're good. We're back to where we should be. And who knew it, but I did a little bit of messing around last night, and I brought the B saddle all the way back. By the way, he did mean for this to be in B standard tuning. So we did change that. And the G saddle needed to go forward for intonation. So I roughed in the intonation last night. And once I set those two and set all my string heights to where they should be, we are, the other three strings ended up being intonated just by me bringing the saddles to where they needed to be and setting the pickup height so that they weren't, the magnetic field wasn't interfering, I can't talk, with the strings. We're very close to being intonated. So if you recall, this saddle was way forward for some unknown reason, brought it back. And so that string is very close to being intonated. Let's just see where we're at now. And these strings are fairly new and they're still stretching, so he must have been having a real rough time with this thing. Okay, the B is intonated. E, yeah, the E is intonated. Okay, the A is a little flat, so the saddle's got to go that way. This should put us right. Okay, A is intonated. D is intonated. G, let's see where the G is. G is intonated. Okay. Okay, let's put it in the noisemaker. This is a beautiful ash body on this guitar. Very farty sounding through my Microcube guitar amp. He was talking, the customer or client was talking about being very hard to play now. That's because the neck had such a bow in it and there was so much distance between strings. Now it's very nice and easy to play. Sire makes good stuff, but any guitar could be hard to play whenever it's not set up properly. Man, is that beautiful or what? I'll tell you what, that is nice. And they have high ratio tuning machines in there. We got the proper number of wraps on the strings. Let's take a look at the back. This you can string through body, but this one here is strung through the bridge. There's a nice sort of shortened heel here for better access. So I want to thank you for watching. Put your comments below. If you're in the greater Pittsburgh area and you need your guitar brought up to par, send us an instant message on the Facebooks, or you can go to stringmanguitars.com. Get an appointment. All of a sudden I got business coming in because the weather's changing and things are going amok. Please like, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications. I'd love you for a long time. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Take care of the old folks because they are special. And you have yourself a good rest of your week. Peace.